Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Wasim Khan, instructor for Project Planning and Management course. Welcome back to the second part of this lecture. The lecture is about reducing the project durations. Let's continue our lecture with establishing a core project team. So establishing a core project team is another option that we can use for accelerating the project completion. One of the advantages of creating a dedicated core team to complete a project is speed. Assigning professional full-time to a project avoids the hidden cost of multitasking in which people are forced to juggle the demands of multiple projects. So professionals are allowed to devote their undivided attention to a specific project. This singular focus actually create a shared goal that can bind a diverse set of professionals into a highly cohesive team capable of accelerating project completion. So factors that contribute to the emergence of high performing teams will be discussed inshallah in the coming chapters. And the last one is do it twice fast then correctly. Okay, so if you are in a hurry, try building a quick and dirty short-term solution and then go back and do it the right way. For example, if you don't have a time, then you have to do something very quickly in a very short term form, and then you have to go back and do it right when you have time. I would like to give you an example of the Rose Garden Stadium in Portland. The Rose Garden Stadium in Portland, Oregon, was supposed to be completely finished in time for the start of the 1995 and 1996 National Basketball Association season. Delays made this impossible. So what they did, that the construction crew set up temporary bleachers to accommodate the opening night crowd. Okay, and the additional cost of doing it twice are often more than compensated for by the benefits of satisfying the deadline. So this is another very interesting way or option for accelerating the project completion. Okay, let's quickly talk about the resources constraint. The options for accelerating the project completion when the resources are constrained. Then we can use the fast tracking and critical chain and reducing the project scope and compromise the quality. So as the name suggests, we will just very discuss it very briefly. A project manager has fewer options for accelerating project completions when additional resources are either not available or the budget is severely constrained. Okay, so this is especially true once the schedule has been established. Okay, so let's talk about the fast tracking. Sometimes it is possible to rearrange the logic of the project network so that critical activities are done in parallel. In parallel, I mean concurrently rather than sequentially, rather than in order. So this alternative is a good one if the project situation is right. When this alternative is given serious attention, it is amazing to observe how creative project team members can be in finding ways to restrictive sequential activities in parallel. So one of the most common methods of restructuring activities is, to change a finish to start relationship to a start to start relationship. For example, instead of waiting for the final design to be approved, manufacturing engineers can begin building the production line as soon as the key specifications have been established. So, changing activities from sequential to parallel usually requires closer coordination among those responsible for the activities affected, but can produce tremendous time savings. We have discussed the critical chain as well, and it is, I think, not. Uh, I personally think that this topic would be very complicated for the electrical engineers, and this is, I think, this would be an out of scope. So we will discuss it at the end of this chapter. I would like to discuss the third one, that is reducing the project scope. So you actually know that how can we reduce the project scope. We have discussed it in the previous lectures as well. So I would like to not, waste my time here. And the last one, compromise quality. Yes, this one we have also discussed it, but let me briefly discuss it again. Reducing quality is always an option, but it is rarely acceptable or or used. So if a quality is sacrificed, it may be possible to reduce the time of an activity on the critical path. So what we usually do in practice, the methods that most commonly used to crash the project are scheduling overtime, oversourcing, and adding resources. Each of these maintain the essence of the original plan. Okay, options that depart from the original project plan include to do it twice and fast tracking, rethinking of the project scope. Customer needs and timing become major consideration for these techniques. So usually the in many countries or in many companies we can see they compromise the quality for accelerating the project completion, and I personally think that is not a good practice. So this practice should be avoided. um, we in the next part of the lecture, inshallah, we would like to talk about the explanation of the project cost, the different types of cost and their relationships. So till then, um, thank you.